Telemarketer, I will continue. Beethoven Archduke last movement, coda. Okay. I'm just going to let my hand determine the fingering here. So, where my left hand was, eases me into the root position, B flat chord. Then I just fling it up here. I could get smart creeping up to the bottom part of my hand, so I'm readier for this. But that doesn't make it any easier to get to the downbeat. There's a lot of flinging going on. So for now, I'm okay with the flinging. If I'm going to do that, that's on measure who knows what. Let's see. 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 13, 14, 15. So I have written second finger. Presumably to then get me this diminished chord. Unfortunately, two things are hard about it. One is the 4 and the 2 are not side by side here. They're half step apart. So getting to the 2 is inherently demanding. Now, if I do it without regard to where I was, that would create this kind of a position. And without regard to where I'm going, that would create this kind of position. I'm just out here on the fat of the white note, which is fine. The question then becomes, can I follow that up with getting the other notes, or would just going to the third finger, which is already there, be better? For today, I prefer the proximity of the third because I'm going to be moving my hand anyway. I'm not looking for a great hand position for these three notes. I'm looking for the A. Then I'm going to move in on the black note with my thumb no matter what. So I want a convenient fingering for the A. Okay. Now I have this one strange turn over fingering, which is fine. Before. I'm going to remind myself of that third finger decision. Tongue twister. Lots of fast notes, and they have to be light and they have to be easy. I'm going 2 to 1 to 3 to 1 to 3 to 1 to 3 to 1 to 1 to 3. Remind myself of the fingering that worked It's the previous octave. Is it worth it to turn back to thumb here? I think so. I could go to 3 and just make them sequential, but it's, in terms of a whole body experience, it's easier to just drop onto the thumb here, off the black note. Even here, maybe. I think my left hand may have it easier when my right hand is at it, because my left hand is finding a decent choreography, but it knows that it would rather not lead. And if the right hand is able to play the same notes, it's just one of those weird things, you know, that the part of you that is better at being a follower than a leader feels stronger, like members of a choir who sing really fantastically and heroically when they're playing in a group and feel intimidated when they're singing alone. So my left hand doesn't want to be the soloist, let me put it that way. So. Just for the lead. That's not the ideal fingering for up here. So. Fingers. On 336 and 337, I start on 2, go to 1, go to 2, and I run on a finger. I could do that. It's not that bad. But I could turn to 4 on C when I have a 3-note descent going to A flat. That feels nice, especially because I get this series of 2 3s under the hand position. So if I want to do that, it makes sense to prepare it with 3rd. Maybe I don't want 5th here. Right now, I'm happier with 4. Written for my 5th finger, my left hand, 5th finger to get me ready for that. And I think it may be useful. It is. But again, a little more graphical representation. Never heard. Yes. If I think left hand. Left hand. Getting to the thumb here, dropping the octave, it makes perfect sense. Then if I go to 3 on B flat, there we go. Similarly, getting to the 5th is fine in my left hand, but if I then shift over to 2 3, I have a good parallelism with it. Some left out notes in the left hand. I'll make the leap easier. Thank you, Beethoven. 3, 3. whole bunch of little 3-note ascending scales. So it benefits me to be able to go 3, 2, 1 when that's comfortable. So in spite of the fact that this is written as a bunch of shakes, I experience it as a bunch of scales. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Here. This always amuses me how much the lines help me. Points of demarcation or grouping. Get to the thumb and start from the 5th and get to the lower octaves. And then it's like a little voice showing me what belongs with what. And then so. Probably 4th on top. I need to be a little more aware of this arc. See, after a while, the arc becomes second nature. So. Doesn't work. Well, what Beethoven takes too much time. If I'm on the brilliance of that, so I think my division is work. It's just a little cluttered now. I need a better angle for my hand to avoid squishing notes. Good fingering for me is 1, 2, 4 here, but I need to turn my hand enough so I don't miss the F. I need to know where I am. Let's see. This goes by way too fast for me to be able to trust in the score. So, whoops. I need to look. Let's see. Whoa. Myself previously to think octaves. There are whole bunch of descending octaves, but they look like a whole bunch of, ascending octaves. They look like descending tenths and 11ths. So I have to think the easy way. Octave under my hand. Where am I? Up here.